Hey, what's going on to you, Capricorns? Move this over just a little bit. So, for you Capricorns actually have the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Strength. Um, there's a very strong sense of you Capricorns needing to. Uh, a lot of you Capricorns are very much so wealthy, not just monetarily, but spiritually as well. You even have the Eight of Pentacles to kind of back that up. So really 2 8 cards. The Strength in the Major Arcana, and the Major Arcana is the 8. So you have 2 8 cards back to back, right? So the reason why it is I'm stressing the number 8 is because 8 is the infinity sign, but 8 also represents wealth, not just, yes, monetary, but more than just monetary. A lot of you Capricorns are grateful also of the fact that for everything that you have, and the fact that, you Capricorns really don't have to put up with the nonsense that people tried to pull. The reason why I'm saying that is because of the King of Wands. A lot of that stuff that you were putting up with early doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that you put up with now, because you don't put up with the stuff that you used to put up with when you were younger, right? And you were inexperienced. You realize now that a lot of people just want somebody to parasite off of and just leave them alone when they're all used up. The Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance, Cancer, Crabs, Sagittarius. The Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance is about how things are going in your favor, right? Because ultimately you're looking out for yourself. You Capricorns have an understanding that it's time for you to start looking out for yourselves. And a lot of you, I want to say, within the past 6 months or so, a lot of you really have begun to have really gotten it through your heads that it really is time for you to start paying attention to your own self without being self-centered, right? But at the same time, taking care of yourself, making sure that you got you at the end of the day. And because of it, you have a brand new vigor for life. You have been refreshed, in other words. Things are better for you because the situation for you is that you Capricorns are actually addressing the things that you needed, that you've been ignoring about yourselves, right? So very much so a dark night of the soul where you're getting to know, it's like you're reacquainting yourself to yourself. You're getting to know yourself. Yes, and as well as picking up some extra shifts, right? Sometimes people want a windfall of wealth, and it's like we need to, yes, but we need to be practical about these things. Like, if you're not actually doing anything and you're not getting on your way towards doing anything, right? Sometimes people are people need to understand that, you need to be on the path towards doing something. You just can't do nothing and expect a windfall. You need to actually try. You need to actually do something. And the reason why it is, and I'm saying that, is because of the Eight of Pentacles. You Capricorns putting your nose to the grindstone and working, picking up those double shifts, triple shifts, working that 40-hour work week. If you're running a business, running the business and trying to become more optimal or better at running that business, upgrading your business, trying to make sure what the business that you have, right, you are actually updating it to where it's a set it and forget it approach. It's something that you only need to do one time, maybe even rarely, to update a couple of things, but it's a system. It's an automated machine. And because of it, that frees you up from needing to do every single thing in the world, so you can afford to concentrate on the things that you need to do. It's not all these worries or pressure or all these different scenarios that's really coming up. It's just the set it and forget it approach. And the temperance represents that is a very wise decision that a lot of you Capricorns are making with this set it and forget it approach. You know, and I've said this before. I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. If you want to be financially successful, because so many people want to be financially successful, you have to invest. There's way too many people out here who sit around, or maybe they don't sit around, but shout outs to all my 9-to-5s. You have people who do 9-to-5s, but then it's like they scared to invest. And it's like, okay, but then, they want more money. And it's like, listen, you're not going to get, the money that way. This is what the Seven of Pentacles represents, right? Seven of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Star card. You're going to see people being very much so in the need of cash and coming to you with it. So in other words, they putting themselves out there like they want to be in a relationship with you, Capricorn, when they really just want to be in a relationship with you because they know that you got it. You and Leo and Cancer crabs, right? And even Virgo to a certain extent. Because you Capricorns got it. Because of the fact that, like I said, y'all are picking up double, triple shifts and stuff like this, working 40-hour work week, upgrading or optimizing your business. They want to hang out with you because financially you're an easy ride. So you're going according to them. So they're looking at you like, well, we need to share the resources. If you're going to enter into an interaction like that, Capricorn, you need to understand that if a person is going to do that, then they need to be 100% down for you, and they need to do whatever it is that you ask, in the confines of as long as it's not going to break or damage the trust between the two of you. Of course not. You shouldn't ask someone to do something that will break or destroy the trust between the two of you. But other than that, as long as you're not asking them to do that, you have the privilege to ask them for anything else other than that. You know why? Because if they don't have anything that they're coming to the table with, you have the privilege to do that. That's how the exchange works. They want you to share the resources with which a lot of people are coming at you with. Some of you Capricorns, if not soon after, I'm pretty sure a lot of you Capricorns a week from now will come back to this video and leave a comment as to how some people are starting to approach you or stuff like this. But the way that, you getting to know them and the way that they interacting with you, it seems a little bit off. They talking about from resources point of view. You're going to see it too. If they're coming to you and they don't bring anything to the table other than looks or beauty or whatever, they have to go to work. You need to put them to work. And what I mean by that is they need to do something. Relationships are never, I'm going to say this again, relationships are never, ever, ever, ever built upon this idea that one person needs to do everything and then the other person is sitting on their butt and kicking their feet up and going on vacation. That's not a relationship, that's a parasocial one, which is a pseudo one. So let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. Two of Wands, Four of Wands, the World, Queen of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. So these 5 cards right here are about same people that's coming to you, wanting you to share the resources. Two of Wands, Four of Wands. Especially if you Capricorns run your own business and you carry yourself in that way like you run your own business, you're going to have a lot of people coming to you trying to get to know you. For you Capricorns that are under the radar and understated, right? Some people are still going to kind of throw you little hints that they're interested in you. But after that, it'll be up to you to decide if you're going to continue to interact with them. Okay? The World and the Queen of Wands represents, some of you Capricorns, honestly speaking, the World, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Y'all truthfully may decide to stay by yourselves. And the reason why is because the World represents, especially in this reading, the World represents safeguarding. It represents gatekeeping. Like, nah, nah. You know what I mean? It represents gatekeeping. Like, nah, you holding down your bag. You making sure that the only thing that you spend your bag on is what you want to spend your bag on. And you're not spending it on anything other than what it is that you want to spend it on. And the Queen of Wands and the Four of Pentacles represents you breaking all the rules, in the sense that the Queen of Wands is about you going where you want to go. You know, a lot of you Capricorns are being rebellious, but in the correct way, in the sense that forget about the hints. It's not worth your bag. It's not worth your progress. And I honestly see that a lot of you Capricorns are going to assess the situation. You're going to look at it like the people who are throwing out little hints that they like you. Yeah, forget about those hints. Forget about those hints where the sun don't shine. Because the truth is, again, it's still intellectually dishonest. Why? Because since they, and I'm going to keep it real with you Capricorns, you know that. Because since they're the ones that's throwing out all the hints, why can't they go the whole 9 and straight out ask you out? No, see, again, it's still intellectual dishonesty. Oh, you know, I'm throwing hints to let you know that it's safe to come over and talk to me. Why don't you get off your lazy butt and go over and have them talk to you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why don't they get off their lazy butts and come over there and talk to you? So even when this is why it is I say to break the rules, because even when they throwing you these little goofy, dusty hints, since they desire you so much, why don't they get up off their scared butts, be brave, muster up some heart, and go over and come talk to you? Take it, you know, consider this, Capricorn. If they don't have the guts to do that, that's a whole dub. Everybody must shoot their shot. Everybody, without exception. Everybody must shoot their shot. The only exception to that is if you really can't move your body. But if you can move your mouth, you're still supposed to be shooting your shot. So that whole ideology of, once again, one side, you know. So a lot of you Capricorns very much so guard, you know what I'm saying? Hold the ball. You know, don't drop the ball. You know, guard the bag.